Hi everyone, welcome back to another Dead video. This one is about generational grudge. In my introduction video I was introducing myself as a Gen X and wow, that was the best time to grow up and blah blah blah. And just after that I started to see generational videos on YouTube. I wasn't really even aware of the thing, maybe I was living under the rock, that there is a generational grudge going on, or so-called. So I was chatting up my son, who is a Gen Z himself, and asked him, what's going on with this? What's about this generational shite? And then he told me that it is likely a non-existing thing. It's a non-issue. Some people on the internet being loud about it, making videos, but in real life, it's not really a thing. So I started to watch some videos on YouTube about generational stuff. Uh, no, I have not installed TikTok on my phone. Sorry, I'm not going that way at all. So I found out that this generational grudge, or how do you call this, is mostly a US phenomenon. And what I'm thinking is likely because of capitalism. So yeah, it's very easy to blame all the generations in different economical circumstances. My approach to this whole thing, after I just realized that this is existing, that I see people. First of all, I see other human beings. And then these human beings have some attributes like age, color of skin, nationality, religion, but these are all secondary traits, and the most important is to see the person behind the person. And as I see, and as I talk to people, and I have been talking to a lot of different kind of people in my life. I'm lucky enough to come from pretty international background with work. So as I was speaking to different nationalities, different religions, people, there is always a person who can very easily get along with. And trying to categorize them in putting them into different brackets, like generation is one of them, is not really helping. Just to share my own experience, I've been working back in Hungary in an international school, you can imagine. I've been working there 17 years. People from all around the world coming to teach, people coming from all around the world to live in Hungary for working in companies, diplomatic embassies. They send in their kids into this international school. A huge diversity of people, different backgrounds, different religions, different ethnicities, different color of skin. And this is just doesn't matter in a nurturing environment when people treat each other as people. These categories people like to describe others just doesn't really matter. As I mentioned in an earlier video, I'm from Central Europe and I moved to Ireland some years ago. So, and yeah, Ireland is pretty international as well at this stage. Maybe not on the countryside that much, but actually where I'm working, it's a multinational company with a lot of highly skilled individuals working there, research engineers and so. And um, so this is also very diverse. And the team, the close team I work with over the years, I got into a situation when I'm the eldest. All of the other colleagues just came and go, and now I am, as a Gen X, as kind of a work dad for four other people who are all either late millennials or early Gen Zs. So I have first-hand experience of this. And I can tell you, They are nice people. They work hard. They are respectful. They are open to ideas, to mentoring. And we form a pretty nice team there. And I had the chance to take that team leadership, that being the team lead, 3 times. I passed it because, yeah, I just like my evening shift. I'm like being alone with my computers, not being disturbed by the very vivid life of the day shift. So I was convincing the only lady in the team, just go for it, take the team leadership. And I think it works out fine. We will see where it goes, but I have a positive feeling about this whole thing. So yeah, I would like to just support the idea that this whole generational thing is not really important. My grudge with my own father is very personal. It's absolutely not a generational thing. So whatever things were happening in my childhood was in a family level. But I do not think himself as a boomer, and I don't blame him for anything being a boomer. And also, my son, he might have some issues with me. I believe we are not on good terms, but if he has any trouble with me, it's not generational, it's personal. Father and son. Fathers sometimes do stupid things to their kids. And how it is later evolves in a kid's mind, yeah, we cannot know. As I was watching these generational videos, and as I mentioned earlier, this is mostly a US thing, they are blaming older generations for the cost of living, the difficulties to get housing. And yeah, I can absolutely see these problems, and I'm in the lucky situation that I live in the same reality. Moving over to Ireland from Hungary, we just burned all of our savings, all of our assets to make this happening. We had a apartment in Budapest, almost paid off completely. We had to sold it. So I got rid of all my cars, most of our assets, because we needed the money. Because Ireland is a much more expensive country to live than Hungary. So over the years, most of our worth just dissipated. And right now, yeah, living paycheck to paycheck and have this future where I am just not able to get my own place to live. It seems we are destined to rent forever. So yeah, I can absolutely understand the Gen Z problems here because I'm in the very same shoes. As I see, hostilities most of the time is in the same generation. Bullying in school, workplace, same generation. So it's not a intergenerational problem. Hostility is always happening in the same generation. Look at world politics. Look at the world leaders, dictators. Putin, Biden, now Trump. For you guys, Netanyahu, Modi, Shipping, yeah. All of these guys are boomers. Probably the only outlier is the evil millennial, Kim Jong-un. But if you see, this is also all of these conflicts mostly in the same generation. I would like to remind you guys, putting a blame on anyone for your own problems is very counterproductive. It will not resolve anything. You can create blind groups like generations. You can be the member of the blue car owners, and then there are the red car owners, and you can blame them for things. You can create all kind of categories to blame. You can blame things on the politicians, the refugees, the immigrants. So boomers get blamed for the destruction of our earth, the environmental problems we have now. But if you think that back in the 70s, when corporations were already aware of the situation, they had research in it, they were not really advertising it. And there were no social media like these days. So all of these things could be held back, this information. Journalism was limited. So these days, if you have problems, instead of blaming on anyone else, probably it's a good idea to support independent journalism. So all of these things come to light and there is a chance for change. So to recap this, I think approaching this whole generational gap and whatever you call it, it's not really a thing. You shouldn't be very focused on it. You know, a little beef, yeah, that's happening. Especially I like it if it's a burger or a steak. Otherwise, no, thank you. And yeah, I could just come with this usual BS telling, oh, with my age, we didn't have a seat belt in the back and we still survived. Why this generation is whining? Or I could say, oh, we was climbing the trees and eating the apple there and we still survived. Oh, very good. Yeah, it doesn't take you anywhere. So if you have problems, focus on the problems and don't blame it on anyone because that never helps. Try to be constructive. And I understand, yeah, your life in the US is very hard. And here in Europe also, some countries are better, some countries are worse. But there is always something to do about it yourself. Okay, I hope this helps something, and see you in the next one. Thank you.